Bradley Martyn has been making social media and brand growth look easy, especially in the fitness industry where very few have been able to sustain their growth, success, and popularity for more than a decade. Bradley is a physical specimen, which helps his case in the fitness industry, but I am here to tell you that the reason behind Bradley Martyn's success has nothing to do with his physique or fitness. By the end of this video, you will learn some things about Bradley Martyn that are just downright shocking, and we will reveal Bradley Martyn's success formula. Bradley Martyn was born May 22, 1989 in Pacifica, California, which is located just south of San Francisco. He lived with his mom, his stepdad who was a police officer, and his brother and stepsister. It was a normal household until Brad would encounter the worst day of his life when he was just 6 years old. Brad's mom told him that his stepfather was no longer with them. Brad did not know all the details, nor was he really old enough to fully understand that his stepdad had just committed by hanging himself in the garage. A traumatic event, especially at just 6 years old. Ever since this event, Bradley thought about life a lot deeper than the kids that were around him. Just asking himself about what life really is. It didn't make sense. Why him? Why does he have to deal with all this while his classmates were just busy being kids? This made things even harder on Brad to make friends, and he used to want to be alone and would find a place in private to just cry.
So to hear that your dad is gone forever, you're like, what does that mean? So automatically, like as a kid, I remember like, you know, doing weird loner shit and just like disappearing into like, as I would walk to school and stuff, I would just go in like the little bush where everyone would like smoke weed and shit, and I would just chill there and like, honestly, I would cry. And I'm not trying to get emotional, but that shit would get to me, and I would think so much though about the rest of my life. I'd be like, what's the point of all this shit? Like I thought so at an early age so much about death that it made me, one, I have like a shitty fear of death. I'm afraid to die. Two, it's made me think so much about it that it got me to a point where I was like, well, what do I want to do with my life?
Because Brad would think so deeply about life at such a young age, he knew that he might not know the meaning of life, but he definitely wanted to make sure that he made the most out of his opportunities. Bradley started getting into working out, and this wasn't just to look good. He started to realize that lifting weights was the one time that he could block out everything else in the world that was going on, good or bad. Brad said a lot of his motivation came from Ronnie Coleman, because I mean, who doesn't get motivated by Ronnie Coleman? An opportunity would come up around this time where Brad was asked to enter a men's physique competition.
And one day, I think there was this lady, her name was Mary Jo or something. She came up to me. She was like, you should do this thing. It's coming out, this new competition thing. It's in like, you know, it's a bodybuilding, but it's not bodybuilding. It's like this men's physique bullshit. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So like, I remember the competition was like that next week, and I basically just like got a spray tan and took my shirt off and didn't change anything.
And he ended up coming in 8th place out of 9 contestants. This made Brad realize that yeah, he looked good with his shirt off, but he was not ready for a competition unless he actually took it seriously. And Brad did just that. But things did not go as planned, and this may have been the universe telling Brad he had a path in fitness, but not the way he had thought. Brad started training, dieting, and prepping for a physique competition in which he can earn his pro card. That is if he can take first place. A pro card is what you need to earn in order to be able to enter bigger and better bodybuilding competitions, which opens up opportunities for more prize winnings, sponsorships, and personal brand growth. Bradley started taking things much more seriously, and he thought this was his chance to really break into the fitness industry. He also became a trainer and trained clients to help get the bills paid, with aspirations of becoming a celebrity trainer. The competition came around, and Bradley ended up coming in 2nd place, missing out on the pro card, but it gets worse from here. This was the first year of this competition, and all of the following years after this, they gave out pro cards to 1st and 2nd place. This discouraged Brad, especially since the winner he lost to had more of a following than him, which in the fitness industry has a history of being a little shady.
And then I started getting popular. Like, I don't know if it was around like 200, 300,000 followers. Then those same people that I was like, yo, f this industry, they started to invite me back because I was popular.
Really?
And then they're like, come to my show, you'll win. And then you go to the show, what do you think happens? And I look good, but it's not like I showed up there fat.
Right.
I was like, okay, cool, and then I did it.
But is it that corrupt?
Little did Bradley know this would end up being the best thing that could have happened to him. It's October of 2010 and an application called Instagram comes around. Bradley checked it out and really liked the app, and he also realized it was a great opportunity for him to pick up clients by posting clients before and after results and other various types of fitness content. So instead of competing in bodybuilding, he decided to put his energy into growing on social media. And listen to this, he actually became the first fitness influencer to reach 10,000 followers on Instagram, which right now might not seem like a lot, but he was able to grow that to 4.5 million followers to date. He posted a video of him jumping out of a swimming pool, which went viral. And he followed up with a bunch of different stunts that started fitness trends across the world. Bradley was also making a key move, which is the reason his growth has only increased since beginning on social media, which is not easy to do. Bradley would share with his followers his struggles with anxiety and depression, showing that behind all the muscle and freak genetics, he's human.
I remember being young, and I remember like your whole life kind of feels normal, and then something like in my life, in your guys' life listening, like something drastically really changed for me. And I remember like every single day after that, like the things that I thought of and the things that consumed my mind were so different. Like, what about me? Am I gonna die? Why did this person leave? The thoughts of like, I'm not good enough. The thoughts of like, what am I gonna do with my life? How am I gonna die? And am I gonna die? Like, what does that mean?
This allowed him to connect with others and change their life through sharing his struggles. One of the people he helped the most was YouTuber Fusi. Fusi was overweight at the time and wanted to get in shape. Bradley wanted to get into YouTube, and Fusi was amongst the biggest names on YouTube at the time. They worked together, and Fusi had an absolutely insane body transformation, and in turn he helped Bradley get into YouTube and get his channel off the ground. This opened up even more opportunities for Bradley and led to him appearing in multiple movies, including Boo and Boo 2. He has posted consistently for over a decade, and now he is growing faster than ever on YouTube with over 3 million subscribers on his main channel and over 500,000 subscribers on his podcast channel, Raw Talk, which is one of the top podcasts out there with deep, genuine conversations. Bradley has always been unapologetically himself, which has helped a lot with his growth. He is who he is, take it or leave it. One of the best traits Bradley has is having the humility to open up about his struggles with mental health after his father's death. He has been able to fight through all the obstacles and accomplish a lifelong dream, which was opening his own gym. That is when Zoo Culture was born. He invested over $300,000 into the gym and was a quick success, with celebrities coming from all over the world to train there, and he has since opened up multiple different locations. Bradley was tired of not being allowed to record footage in the gym at certain places, so what better way than to open up your own gym that's content creator friendly?
Originally it wasn't to open a gym for the public. Originally it was like I wanted to open a gym so I can like film dope content,
right,
and gyms wouldn't kick me out for doing the crazy shit that I was doing.
Oh, was that happening?
Yeah. So then I'd be like, okay, let me have a place where I could do whatever I want, invite whoever I want, do film videos. And then after like I'd say about 6 months of like trying to decide how I was going to do it, I was like, I'd rather have people come, because I wouldn't have the gym or the ability to like open a gym, buy the equipment if it wasn't for all the people who've supported me over the years.
If you enjoyed this, you're going to love this video right here.